Okay, so welcome back. Today we will be continue to talk about business analytics models. Okay, so the Ansoff analysis, the purpose, it is an analytical tool that helps managers to choose and devise various products and market growth strategies. So this tool is very mainly used for a marketing. Okay, so the Ansoff analysis. This is also similar with the other one. It has 4 sections. Instead of internal, it's existing. Instead of external, now is new. So as you can see, the two from both sides is similar. But then this is product and the market. So existing markets, new markets, existing product, and new product. This tool is very, very heavily used in a market development team or product development team. Okay, so right now we're just going to go through each one of them. So there's market penetration, product development, market development, and diversification. So all these 4 play a really important factor into a business management. So market penetration. So in this market, we are trying to market our existing product to our existing market, consumers. So what this means is that you already have a developed company. You're selling Apple products. Apple is selling Apple products to already Apple users who already have an Apple ID, who already have Apple products, who are already consumers of this specific company. So right here, you're in a very safe position. You see that it's existing and existing. You're not exploring anything new or outside of your current boundary, which is a safe option for business to do. Once they have, of course, a group of loyal consumers. But this can also be not as wanted because you would also always want to expand into your market or your products into new consumers and new markets to get more profit. Yeah, just remember in this case, you are selling in the market you already have to the existing customers and you are not developing new products. You are selling the existing products. So the Apple example Amy gave you, which is selling iPhones to existing customers and also selling existing products. So that does not mean developing a new iPhone, a new upgrade. It's just what the existing Apple have. Now, usually if a company decides to stay in market penetration, you don't want to invest into this market, right? Because they are not growing. They're always staying in their comfort zone. If a company is not growing while everyone else is, that means they are eventually going to get eliminated and you are going to lose your money. So if we do use this model to analyze a business when it comes to investing or stocks, you want to find companies in all 3 other categories rather than this one. Okay. Yeah, but it also depends on what type of investor you are. So say if you're a family member, that tells a whole different story. So for market penetration, usually sole traders would use this strategy or smaller sole traders. So say if you're a local supermarket, you only provide for this specific village or this town. You do not need to get any more products. You only need to provide what is needed to the existing consumers. You know they're going to buy it and you know what they want, so you supply your existing products. For example, let's talk about 2 different supermarkets. If it's your local supermarket, that only exists in one, they are hosted by a family, they're owned by one sole family, then they usually will stay in market penetration. But sometimes they will introduce new product like selling new groceries, right? But for example, the supermarket Costco, do you guys know Costco Wholesale? They recently, last year, just expanded into China. That's new market, reaching new audience, right? And in Costco, there's new products almost every day. So Costco definitely do not categorize in here, but some family markets or sole traders do categorize here. Yeah, but right now in this current society, it is very rare for one company to specify in one specific category. They're usually mixed, like mixed economies. People mix these developing strategies to better promote their company.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Okay, next one is product development. So this one is quite literary, product development. So this one is new, but market is existing, but your product is new, as you see on the X and Y axis, if you can see on the chart. So this is a new product to be marketed to the existing customers. And if I use Apple again, we can say that although Apple has many loyal consumers, Apple develops new generations of iPhone almost every year to keep their loyal consumers. So they are developing and re-innovating their products to make the products better in order to keep the existing consumers, to keep buying their things.
A good example relating this part of the Ansoff analysis to the stock market is, I don't remember if you guys seen it last year. If you were involved in the stock market last year, there was a huge headline named Apple already sold the iPhone to every available customer that would use iPhone. Now what? That was the headline. Basically saying Apple is already running out of markets, running out of iPhone to sell to, but they have new product. Now what? How can they further expand their markets? So usually those really, really big companies that is selling to almost everyone is stuck in here. They continue to develop new iPhones, right? They continue to update from iPhone 12 to 13 to 14, but they already reached the available market. Similar situation with Facebook. They already have all the users online. Now what? Now Mark Zuckerberg is developing an online world, right? We're also talking about giving Wi-Fi or service to areas in Africa who cannot use online, who cannot use the internet. So by bringing more people online to use Facebook, bring more new market or new customer to Facebook. So usually for very, very big companies, they will be stuck in this zone when they have already sold product or service to everyone. When analyzing these kind of companies, for example, Apple, you want to mainly focus on their product development.
Okay, so if we move on to market development, we will see that although we're still selling the same product, we're trying to develop a whole new range of consumers. So here, this means that the product remains the same, but it is marketed to a new audience, exporting the product or marketing it in a new region. And examples of this can be Costco, right?
Yeah. Amy, would you say that usually market development is into a new country, or do you think like which ways can it go? Market development.
Yeah, I think there are many different types of markets. Of course, like smaller ones, bigger ones. If you say global markets, of course, if you expand your company to a global market, of course, that means international. But say if a company, a family business is doing very well in a local village, and it wants to expand into another village in the same county or the same state, I think that can also be market development.
Yeah, here we can incorporate the concept, a business management concept of globalization. Expanding your market means involving globalization, especially when you're expanding into different countries. Okay, so one example of market development might be that a company, for example, Facebook started in Harvard, right? Started in Harvard and the Ivy Leagues. Facebook usually originally is used to connect college students, like Ivy League college students. As it gets bigger and bigger, more people are using it. It started expanding their market to the rest of the population in the United States and then to other countries. And then now it's a global platform for everyone to use. So that is called market development, very successful market development. And when you're analyzing a company, pay attention to these tips. Like you can use these models for strategy development or analyzing a company or for the stock market. Pay attention when you're looking at a company. Think about, which market can they expand in? How big is their market cap? For example, when I invested into Tesla, was it Tesla? It was one of the company that have a huge market cap, which means I think it was Tesla. Tesla has a huge market cap because it is an electric car. This idea can be expanded into so many countries, and future people are going to adopt this idea because they are trying to save the environment, right? It does not use gas. And for Tesla, there is a huge market development area or space to develop it. So does anyone have any questions about what we talked about so far? So would TikTok merging with Musical.ly count as they were basically the same thing but become accessible to more people? Yes, this is called one type of partnership when two brands are merging. So I think that is basically using the platform or utilizing the customers most effectively. Product development and market development, I would say. Just combining both consumers and enhancing the platform, right? So now that will lead us to talking about diversification.
Yes, okay. Diversification is the combination of everything. So you're putting new products into new regions, which is the riskiest factor in all four of these marketing strategies. So this is where the market completely introduces new products to new consumers, and there are two types of diversification. So we didn't put on the slides, but one type is related diversification, and the other one is unrelated diversification. So related means that we remain in a market or industry which we are familiar in. Yeah. So although it's different, we're familiar in it. So if you think about TikTok and Musical.ly, you're having similar audience, similar markets, but they're different or more expanded or larger amount. Yeah, so another example can be like a soup manufacturer diversifies into a cake manufacturer. So they're all making foods and like the food industry, they're very familiar in it, and then the rules, the licensing to pass. And then unrelated diversification is where you have no previous industry or market experience. So an example would be the soup manager invests in a rail business, right? Making soup has completely no relationship with developing railroads. So that is unrelated diversification. Yeah. For example, iPhones, they started with iPhones and then they developed Apple TV, and then they developed the software Apple Music, which is not really related, like technology and the music industry. Now iPhone is expanding into these, so it increases their income source. Yeah, and I say that they're all software development, so this would maybe count as a related diversification. No. And what new consumers they're reaching is consumers who love music, and then for Apple Music, it provides lyrics, right? So it provides consumers with new technologies and new services and combines all their favorite music. So that is our introduction to the Ansoff analysis. If you guys have any questions, please ask. And if not, we're going to move on to a case study where we are going to actually analyze a company using this model. So before we get started, everyone get out a piece of paper. And if you want, draw out this chart on the piece of paper, and we can categorize in a case study. Right? Okay, so copy down this chart. Try to memorize it. See if you can draw it down without looking. Thank you. So our case study is going to be using Ansoff Matrix to examine options for Colorado. This is our case study. So you will read this by yourself, and when you're reading through it, categorize what the company is doing into each of the four boxes. So we are looking at this company, and as for example, if we are
strategists right now. We are the development team. We are the marketing team. What can we do to make more money out of these 4 categories? So what action do we take will make us stay in the current market and know new consumers? For example, if we just discount the bike, that will make us more money, that will make the sales go up, but it doesn't reach new market and we're still selling the same product. For example, bike. Does that make sense? Yes, okay. And what did Jasmine say? We'll make much more market development in Denmark. Everyone needs bikes. Some even have multiple. They could start selling to Europe. Oh, that is one of the very good strategy of market development. Yes, that is a good direction, Jasmine. A return policy. Yes, developing a return policy will give us people more confidence. That is something we can think about, right? Yes, a return policy. What do you think that would categorize in? Probably market penetration, right? Because we're not reaching new people and we're not developing new products. Cindy, go ahead.
I'm not sure what it's called, but when, like, you know how like Apple has Apple Care, so if you mess up your product, you can bring it back and then replace it. I was thinking that they could maybe have that and a return policy, like Fiona said.
Yes, that is market penetration, and that's a great strategy. Implementing these Apple Care and also making, I think that could be developing new product, Amy. Yeah, developing a new product too. That's product.
Or updating the product.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so Elena said here, make bike accessories to go with the existing bike. So that's similar to what Cindy said. You're making the product better, come with more advantages.
Yes, that is product development. Yes, it's both product development and a market. Because when you have electric bikes, you're gonna attract people who want to ride faster, right? Instead of using exercise. Okay, and also Ella said a guarantee warranty, yes. More advertisement, yes, but yes, reaching new market.
You said more advertisement, yes, that would also be trying to reach new markets.
Locks for the bike, yes. On the street, you can put a locker for the bike where it have your brand on it, and everyone who rides the bike from your brand can lock their bike there. Yes, that is advertising to new audience. Yes, that's market development. Cindy said they could make new models for kids, market development, and yes, diversification. Great job. Fanta said maybe sell helmets and more bike. Yes, that is also, I think that is diversification. It's making complements, right? And then
yeah, so Ella said here, wouldn't an electric bike be diversification as a new product and attracts different consumers? Yes, so that would definitely count as diversification, but also market penetration and product penetration just because development, just because that you are still reaching these existing consumers and parts of your existing product. So Jennifer said they could make locks that you can track. Yes, product development, definitely portable battery. So all of these are really, really good examples for market and product development.
guys,
So
yeah,
if we explore more on diversification, we can say maybe exercising bikes that are specific for exercises or wheelchairs. It's still within their market, but it might be a little unrelated. So that might be unrelated diversification.
and Fanta said unlock more features like an app they could use to track. Yes, develop a software, right? A new market and new customers. I think we guys came up with way more than what Amy and I ever thought about to put in our chart. So yes, this is the kind of model that you want to look into when you're developing marketing strategies. And this is mostly used in a marketing team, in a company. Now, let's go back to if we were to use this model for analyzing stocks. You look at a company, a brief introduction of a company similar to this Colorado one, and you look, okay, for their marketing team, what are some possible strategies for them to expand to new markets, new customers? If there are many, you can assume that this company have a very bright future. They have so many ways they can expand into. But if you can't come up with anything, that means this company really just does not interest you, or they just might not have, they didn't pick a good market to enter. Yeah. So that's why most companies who don't have a lot of expansion, they are not public limited company. They cannot be traded in the public market. So this is what Amy and I came up with. Now there are way more that we came up with together. Well, you guys came up with the majority of the right answer, like all of the right answers, including more. It sounds like it could be a real company.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put on like this chart, because there's no limited amount of answers. And I think we did very well without seeing the, the structured ones.
Yeah, it's incredible the amount of things that we didn't even thought of. It could definitely be a real company. Okay. So yes, that is it for Ansoff analysis. Now, if you guys have any arguments on anything we put, or you think there are more ideas, you can definitely put it in the chat section, or any questions. If not, okay, Fanta said, yeah, I agree with the scenario, remind me of the beginning for yeah, these can be applied to so many companies, similar as that this model can be used to analyze so many companies. And once you master, for example, master how to analyze this company or develop market strategy for this company, you can apply the same strategy for so many others. That's why, like in the real world, if you're a very successful manager in this company and you put it on your resume, you're very likely to be hired by another company who wants to apply for the job, right? So I think they're all interconnected.
Definitely. All right, thank you guys. I think this is it for today.